Voidborn Mythology by Axel Hellstrand. Episode 2, Neart.
My body was broken. I tried repeatedly to rise back on my feet, but the pain of my broken ribs was too much even for a strong man like myself. I desperately tried to survive, but I did in fact know that my fate was already determined, and my struggles would not change anything. My death would be at the hands of that crimson beast. I stopped moving and lied against the broken tree and stared at the beast that would end my short life. Suddenly, a ball of water flew through the air and splashed the left side of the beast's face. The crimson beast's attention shifted away from me, and all of his rage had disappeared as quickly as the water had made contact with his blood-red skin. I was replaced by pure fear. The creature hastily looked around for the mysterious attacker. Another ball of water flew from the other side of the bush-covered forest and hit the monster right in the face. The one fearsome beast was soaked in water and began to whine like a puppy. A booming voice echoed through the forest. I could not understand that since I was not familiar with that tongue. The words did not scare the beast, and its terrible rage had returned, but it, like most, wouldn't last for long. A third ball of water flew through the air, but this one was bigger than the previous combined. The impact of it was so strong and made the beast fall to the ground, and the earth shaked. The beast hastily got up from the ground and ran for his life, and yet again he whined like a puppy. My vision became gradually blurry, and I saw a green blur emerging from the forest, and it slowly walked towards me. Even from a distance, I could smell its horrible stench, an unholy union between salt and rotting flesh. When the green blur came closer, he uttered,
"Neart, are you all right?"
It knew my name, and how it said my name sounded very familiar, but I didn't reflect on it for too long before everything turned to blackness. I awakened, and the ground I stood on was covered by snow and ice that lasted for an eternity. The sky was covered by stars as far as the eye could see, and the moon was more visible than ever before. There wasn't much to do than to walk. I walked for what felt like for hours, but I stopped when the ice under me shined as orange as fire itself. I brushed away the snow to see what lay under the ice. As I was doing it, someone else was doing it on the other side of the ice. The other hand was bigger than my hairy paw, and his hand was covered by crimson scale. Was this the monster I previously fought? That thought terrified and intrigued me at the same time, so I continued to brush away the snow, and the creature did the same. When all of the snow was brushed away, I clearly saw that it was the monster on the other side of the ice, and behind him burned great fires. The monster looked me in the eyes and began to snarl. He broke the ice that separated us and grabbed me by the throat. He opened his great jaws and uttered, pathetic. Run! He pulled me down to that fiery pit. I wakened and my white fur was covered in sweat. What I had experienced was only a nightmare, but I wasn't at my home. This was someone else's home, and this was no ordinary home. The walls were not made by stone nor wood. The walls were made by flesh covered by mucus. It almost looked like the house was moving and shaking, or was it just an illusion conjured up by my head trauma? I looked around and saw that even my blanket was made out of flesh that was covered by mucus, and the blanket even had an eye that stared at me. I was probably the least groomed of my kind, but even I thought this was disgusting. I threw away the blanket and tried to get away and find Esme. I couldn't even get up on my feet before the pain kicked in and I fell back on the flesh-covered floor. One of the walls opened, and in stepped a Kyatel. The Kyatel were the descendants of the ancient creatures known as the frogs. But this was no ordinary Kyatel. This was my old friend, both literally and figuratively. He was small, even for his own kind, and wasn't much bigger than a fiskmouse. His body was covered by green, wrinkled skin. His left eye was always closed, meanwhile his right eye was huge, and it was almost a miracle that his blue eye didn't fall out of his socket. He was dressed in long, wavy clothes that were made out of pink living flesh. Long time no see along the river.
Shame to you, little cub.
As the name says, Lonely River was an old hermit, but he never told me why he became a hermit. The first time I met the old hermit, I was only a young cub. I was a violent child, and I would usually pick fights with those who were bigger and stronger. Those fights left me often wounded and beaten up. I did not want my parents to see me in this state. I had heard of this mysterious healer that the Fiskmoss had spoken about, and they said he would visit the dump swamps every afternoon. So I took my chance and decided to visit this mysterious healer, and the rest is history.
Are you good?
Good would not be a word I would use to describe how I'm feeling right now.
What?
I feel not good.
Things never change. You still fight bigger opponents.
I guess some things never change. So, this is your home?
Yes, she is my newest home. She is only 3 moon old. No one has been here this time. Most find my heart disgusting, and I do not understand why. But you, special case, you were dying and I saved you.
How did I get inside your home? Did you perhaps carry me?
Oh no, carry I did not. You too big and fat.
Oi!
I moved home to get you, little cub.
Moved? So you moved your home?
Yes, it is alive, is it not?
I guess so. Well, anyways, how did you manage to scare away that monster?
I learned from other awesome born that children of sun god fear water. Water makes them weak.
Sun God. It was also at this moment that I realized that I had forgotten about Esme. I would never sleep again if something had happened to that girl. Where is Esme?
What?
Where is Esme?
What is Esme?
I mean, where is the bird? Where is the little bird?
Bird is...
To be continued.